Good Morning Texas Home and Wealth, sponsored by Rodney Anderson with Supreme Lending.
With interest rates remaining low and our mailbag overflowing, we're reaching inside our viewers' mailbag this morning, and mortgage expert Rodney Anderson is here to answer a few of your questions. Good morning.
Good morning. The mailbag is just rip and roaring here.
I know. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it's great because it gives people great advice and it gives people an opportunity to learn. And so pull up a chair. Let's get to the questions.
Okay, let's get to them. Donna in Frisco, here's what she's writing to you. My husband and I are looking to buy a home for $300,000 and we're putting down 5%. Are there any programs that avoid private mortgage insurance?
Yeah, a lot of people hate the dreaded word PMI. PMI now is all based on your credit score. The better the credit score, the lower the PMI. But there are a couple other options that are available.
Okay.
One is called lender-paid mortgage insurance, where you can take a little bit higher on your rate, Shannon, and avoid the PMI. And this is only for people that have excellent credit normally. Otherwise, it gets very expensive. But then we also have the program where you can still do the first mortgage called an 80%, and then a 15% second mortgage, and then a 5% down payment. So it's called an 80-15-5. Those programs are a lot less popular than they used to be. But I would tell you, look at all the options that are available. Have a lender present all the options that are available to make sure the perfect one is structured around you. But if you have excellent credit, PMI rates have dramatically lowered, and so PMI may be a way to go even.
All right. Okay. This next one, this is Calvin. He's in Dallas, and he's saying, I'm purchasing a home for $230,000, but I only want to put the minimum down. Which loan is better, FHA or the conventional loan? Now, that's a really good one.
A lot of it's going to be based on your credit score.
Okay.
Because credit score is everything on the couple different types of mortgages. FHA has a minimum down of 3.5%. Conventional, if you're a first-time home buyer, has a program that's 3% down, but if you are a second-time or subsequent borrower, then it's a minimum down of 5%. Here's what I tell you. Look at both options to see which one is right for you. Don't let your lender just steer you into one. Look and see, when is the mortgage insurance going to fall off? How much is the monthly mortgage insurance? And what are the pros and cons of each loan? But once again, it's all going to be depending on your credit score.
All right, Calvin, you really have to give him a call. But let's go on to Dan here. He's in Forney. He writes, a few years ago, I was upside down and unable to refinance. Are housing values improving in Forney? And if so, is now a good time to look at refinancing?
Housing values, we haven't talked about this in a long time, but housing values are right side up now. Home values everywhere, for the most part, have really jumped. And if you tried years ago and weren't able to, try again, because home values have gone up so much where a lot of people are refinancing. They're still out there at the 4 3/4, 5% or even more. And then people like himself may be paying mortgage insurance that he doesn't have to anymore. So if you were upside down years ago and a lender said no, not at that time, it's all the way right side up now, and definitely check on refinancing.
This is good news. We got one more last question before we get out of here this morning. It's coming out of Prosper, and Steven says, my wife and I are considering purchasing a home and we want to use his VA benefits. What is the max loan amount and down payment on a VA loan?
Yeah, VA loans are great loans. They allow people no money down up to a loan amount of $424,100. But we have VA loans that people can borrow up to $700,000. But here's what happens. Once you get over to that 424.1, then you have to put some down payment money down. So if you're, no matter what price you're looking at buying on a VA, it has to be your primary residence.
Okay.
But VA is a great option. Just check and see how much money you're going to need. Great options for people.
All right. Rodney has a lot of the answers to your questions when it comes to mortgages or refinancing. Give him a call at 1-800-EXPRESS or go to RodneyAnderson.com.